Hi, my sweet friends. Welcome back to Art Time with Sugar. I'm so happy you're here with me today. Tonight, we are going to read one of my favorite bedtime books. It is Goodnight Moon by Margaret Wise Brown. Have you ever read it before? If you have this book, run go get it so that you can read it with me. I love this book because it's like a lullaby made of words. It's soft, it's gentle, and perfect for winding down. So after we read Goodnight Moon, we are going to do a relaxing art activity that'll help us kind of get ready to go to bed. So why don't you go grab your favorite blanket or maybe a stuffed animal and get all snuggled in. Let's get started. For today's activity, you will need crayons or colored pencils or markers, just something that you can draw with, and a sheet of paper. Tonight we are reading Goodnight Moon by Margaret Wise Brown and pictures by Clement Hurd. I am probably going to read this book a little more slowly than normal so that you have time to look at the pictures. In the great green room, there was a telephone and a red balloon and a picture of the cow jumping over the moon. And there were 3 little bears sitting on chairs. And 2 little kittens and a pair of mittens. And a little toy house and a young mouse. And a comb and a brush and a bowl full of mush. And a quiet old lady who was whispering, "Hush." Good night, room. Good night, moon. Good night, cow jumping over the moon. Good night, light and the red balloon. Good night, bears. Good night, chairs. Good night, kittens, and good night, mittens. Good night, clocks, and good night, socks. Good night, little house, and good night, mouse. Good night, comb, and good night, brush. Good night, nobody. Good night, mush. And good night to the old lady whispering, "Hush." Good night, stars. Good night, air. goodnight noises everywhere. Oh, what a beautiful story. Wasn't that a beautiful story? In the great green room, everything gets a good night, even the little mouse. It reminds us that it's so nice to say goodnight to the things and people that we love. So now let's make a sweet little goodnight drawing to help us feel relaxed and ready to go to sleep. So today we are going to make a goodnight picture. So this is my idea, and you make it the way that you want to make it. So I thought you could either make a bedtime picture of your very own cozy room, kind of like the cozy room in Goodnight Moon, where you could make maybe your bed and a pillow, or maybe you could draw your favorite stuffed animal, a nightlight, or maybe it's something that makes you feel safe and sleepy. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the window with the stars and the moon outside. That's what I'm going to do. So I grabbed a orange, yellow, and blue crayon. As you can see, the window is orange, and then we're going to do the nighttime sky blue, and then we'll do our stars and moon yellow. So let's get started. I am going to use the edge of my book as a straight edge to help me draw some straight lines. You can do that. You can use your crayon box to help you do some straight lines, or if you decided to draw your room, that's awesome. Do that. So let me go ahead and start. There's one side of my window. I'm gonna flip my paper around. I didn't get that very straight, did I? Let's do the other side of my window. Let's do the top. And let's do the bottom. I need to draw darker so that you can see it better. There we go. Okay, so now I have the outside of my window. I'm gonna make these lines just a little bit darker. Here, let me do that and I'll come back. I've got the outline of my window. The next thing that I need to do is draw the moon and some stars. Oh, and look, some of the stars are shaped almost like a couple of X's. That one's shaped like an X. Some are shaped just like dots, some bigger dots than other dots. Some are shaped like stars. So I want you to make your stars the way that you feel comfortable, or maybe a combination of all of them. I'm going to use my yellow crayon for that, but before I do that, I think that I'm going to go ahead and draw my moon. I found a can that I can draw around. I'm going to draw a circle around this can, and that will be my moon. Let me do that. Remember, when you're tracing something, just go slowly. Or if you don't want to trace it, you can just do it on your own. Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to color that in, and then I'm going to start adding some stars. I'll do that, and then I'll come back. The last thing that we need to do is color the background blue, so it looks like a nighttime sky, right? This is gonna, whoops, there goes my book. This is gonna sound crazy, but what I want you to do is I want you to take your blue and I want you to color over the top of the yellow. Now, it will cover up the yellow a little bit, but you're still gonna be able to see the yellow underneath it. So just trust me, and we are going to color blue all the way in. So I am going to do that, and then I'll come back. Here, let me zoom in just a little bit so that you can see that I've got that I did all different kinds of stars. I did some X's, I did some dots, I did some star shapes. So hopefully your stars look amazing. Okay, let me color this blue and then I'll come back. I love your sweet drawings that you made, just like in Goodnight Moon, you made your own little peaceful world. So before we go, let's do a couple of relaxing breaths together, okay? We're gonna inhale and then we're gonna exhale, okay? Let's do it together. First, let's inhale and exhale. Let's do it again. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. So friends, it's time for us to go. But before we do, I just wanted to say, good night, moon. Good night, friends. Good night, drawings that never end. Good night to you, and I'll see you again soon. Sweet dreams, and remember that you are kind, you are creative, and you are loved. I'll see you again next time. Bye.